Warning! Your childhood may be ruined after this. Do you remember being a kid? Things were so much easier as a kid. You could watch TV after school. You could spend hours listening to music, hours playing board games, and even being lazy without a care in the world. My name is Dr. Tom, and today's video is going to be different than my other videos. My videos consist mainly of standard science and entomology. There's a little humor in there, but not a lot. This channel is mostly pure science with a few jokes. But what I want to do with this channel is also include other videos, maybe stories, songs, and jokes, but funnier. They will pop up every 5 videos or so. So, for my first one, I'm going to go back several years. When I was a kid, say around 6, I had a cassette player and a bunch of cassettes. Do you remember those? Cassette tapes that actually had to be rewound if you wanted to play them again. Do you feel old yet? If the magnetic tape from your tape came undone, your tape was rendered useless. The tape could still play, but the words you hear were kind of jumbled up. Fun times. One of the best things in my childhood was listening to my cassette player. My favorite tape was one made by Tupper Tunes, and that tape had plenty of good songs, some songs which I can still sing to this day. And one of those said songs was The Ants Go Marching. I loved that song as a kid. The cute story about ants marching in an orderly fashion, and every now and then the littlest ant does something different. It's a cute story. What could possibly be wrong about it? Well, you'd be surprised. Remember at the beginning of this video, I said, "Warning! Your childhood may be ruined after this." And let me explain why. As you get older and attend English courses in high school, you may start learning about fairy tales. And you learn the true stories, the original ones. These stories are dark, and some of them are just plain sad. And this song is of no exception. I was singing this song a little while back, and for the first time, I actually heard what the story was actually telling me. So, just listen to the version of the song I grew up with, and let me explain why it is a sad story indeed. The ants come marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching one by one, the little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants come marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching two by two, the little one stops to tie his shoe, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants come marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching three by three, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching three by three, the little one stops to climb a tree, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants come marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching four by four, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching four by four, the little one stops to close the door, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants come marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching five by five, hurrah, hurrah. The ants come marching five by five, the little one stops to take a dive, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants go marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching six by six, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching six by six, the little one stops to pick up six, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants go marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching seven by seven, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching seven by seven, the little one stops to go to heaven. They all go marching down around the town. The ants go marching eight by eight, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching eight by eight, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching eight by eight, the little one stops to close the gate, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants go marching nine by nine, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching nine by nine, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9 by 9. The little one stops to scratch his spine, and they all go marching down around the town. The ants go marching 10 by 10. Hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10. Hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10 by 10. The little one stops to say, "The end." That song brings back so many memories. So, the entire song is about ants marching around town in an orderly fashion. How sad could this song possibly be? Well, very sad actually. This cute song, this song that teaches kids how to count, the song that rhymes, is actually the story of the little ant's death. You heard me right. The Ants Go Marching is the true story of the little ant's death. Hear me out, and let me tell you the actual story. There once was a colony of ants. These ants were army ants and liked to march in an orderly fashion. And they marched all throughout the town, yelling "Hurrah! Hurrah!" periodically. One day a large number of these ants went marching throughout the town. They began their march, marching one by one. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants marched perfectly, one by one. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants were marching, but the little ant, too small, too young, couldn't keep up, and he ended up sucking his thumb to calm himself. The other ants stopped and rearranged themselves to a 2 by 2 formation. Hurrah! Hurrah! The little ant joined them, and they marched 2 by 2. Hurrah! Hurrah! This formation was perfect, but the little ant tripped. His shoe was untied. He untied it and caught up just as the other ants rearranged themselves. The ants were marching 3 by 3. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants marched 3 by 3, right around some trees. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants were marching, but the little ant couldn't help himself. He climbed a tree and entered the house that was on top of the tree. He watched as the ants rearranged themselves 4 by 4. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants were marching 4 by 4, and he scrambled to catch up. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants were marching, and he closed the house's door and finally caught up. The ants changed again and marched 5 by 5. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants marched 5 by 5. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants, they marched, but the little ant didn't see where he was marching, and he fell. He took a dive and fell into a large pit. The ants, not caring, not noticing, rearranged themselves 6 by 6. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants kept marching 6 by 6. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants went marching, but the little ant, so scared, so afraid, couldn't do anything except march in place, just like how he was taught, and eventually picked up some lonely sticks and pretended that they were his family. The ants, they changed 7 by 7. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants kept marching away from the little ant 7 by 7. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants kept marching as one of their own, one of their children, the little ant, died and went to heaven. He watched from heaven. He watched those ants change 8 by 8. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants, they marched 8 by 8. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants kept marching, and the little one felt a pull, and he closed the gate of heaven leading to the ant afterlife. The ants changed 9 by 9. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants kept marching 9 by 9. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants kept marching, and the little ant couldn't believe he was dead. He could still hear them, and he could still hear them marching. So, hesitantly, he scratched his spine, and when he felt his cold body, he realized he was dead. The ants rearranged themselves 10 by 10. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants were marching 10 by 10. Hurrah! Hurrah! The ants were marching, and the little ant said, "The end," and passed on into the ant afterlife. So, I say to you, still think the story is cute? I have been singing. I have been singing about a little ant dying. That is horrible and so sad. I mean, the song is so cheerful and has a wonderful rhythm. But at the end of the song, the little ant is dead. The original song even includes a little ant saying, "Bye bye, kids." Bye bye, kids. Not only did they sing that the ant went to heaven, they also made the ant say goodbye. That's just further evidence that the little ant died. He said goodbye before going on to his lovely afterlife. Maybe I'm projecting just a little bit. Other variants of the song have the ant pray to heaven, or tell the time, instead of scratching his imaginary spine that insects don't have. Maybe, just maybe, I'm projecting a little bit. But just by listening to this version I played oh so many times in my childhood, I am certain the little ant died. It makes you wonder, what other songs have you been singing with different meanings? My name is Dr. Anton, and I hope you enjoyed or at least were interested by this take. I had a lot of fun recording this one, so I hope to have other videos like this. Until then, farewell, and I hope your childhood isn't ruined.